Hi everyone, I'm just down at Trout Rocks in South Shields. It's New Year's Day, so Happy New Year. I've just came out just because I'm a little bit bored, a little bit hungover. It's high tide, as you can see. These individual bits of rock are getting absolutely hammered by the high tide. So I came down to try and test out the K&F concept filters, what I bought, the 10 stops, which I've got on the front of the Samyang 12mm. And it's looking pretty good. There's not as much colour in the sky as I thought and I hoped there would be to the east, but it still looks alright, it still looks good. The 10 stops are coming out with some pretty decent images with the water hitting the individual bits of rock. So the settings that I've got at the moment on the Fuji X-T3 are manual settings, manual focus, ISO is 1250, just because I've got the 10 stop filter on. Exposure is 5 seconds and f-stop is f6 to allow for a little bit more sharpness. I've also got a 2-second shutter delay on. Sorry, a 2-second delay on to prevent camera shake. Here's a nice big wave. Quite nice. 5 seconds tends to be quite nice. It gives a little bit of detail on the rocks. As you can see there, looks pretty cool. The misty effect. Wow, look at that! Fantastic. There's a little bit of colour in the sky as well to the east, which is adding a bit of drama. Looks pretty nice. I've changed positions here a few times just because it's been so busy with people. Not that I'm against people coming down and enjoying the coastline, but it was absolutely jam-packed on this rock behind us. So I went down just over this lip here where the camera is, right down to where those rocks are. Whoa, it was wild. The waves were enormous. I've decided to come back up because when I was taking some images, a huge wave hit the rocks and I heard a pebble or a rock hit the rocks next to me, so it must have been catapulted in off the sea, obviously. But the sea's pretty wild, it's cool. So I've changed settings on the camera just depending on the light conditions. I've gone down to about 4 seconds. I was at around 10 seconds of exposure. Again, around f6. ISO variable, but up to around 1600 to 2000. Manual focus, 2-second timer. Pretty cool. What I was hoping was for some kind of finer detail coming off the rocks with the water running down it, which I think I've got on a couple of shots with the 10 stop filter. I'm still getting the grips with it. I'm not entirely sure I've actually got focus spot on, but when I get back home I'll check that out and see what I've got. I'm just having a little jaunt out to the coast, a few minutes from where I live. I want to try the K&F filters out again. The K&F 10 stop, what I've got, 10 stops I should say. I've got 3 of them, one for each of the 3 lenses what I've got. The 12mm Samyang, the 18-55 Fuji, and the 50 to 200 mm Fuji zoom lens. So I've bought screw-on 10-stop filters for each of those lenses. Now, I've said in previous videos that I've always wanted to kind of experiment with 10-stop filters, but the price kind of put me off for some of the more expensive brands and whatnot. And then I seen a budget brand, K&F concept filters, and I thought I'd give them a try. They weren't too expensive, about 20 odd to 30 quid each. My eyes killing. I think I put my contact lens in wrong. Yeah, they were about 20 odd to 30 quid each. So I got 3 because I thought that's pretty good prices for filters, considering you can pay £100+ for one filter. So I tried them out on New Year's Day when I went down to Trout Rocks, the Four Sisters, what I've just shown you. I thought, I've got itchy feet. I feel a bit kind of, when you just get in one of those moods. I'm in one of those moods, so I thought I'm gonna go out, experiment with the filters a little bit more, and see what they're like. So I came down first to Marsden Beach. Just pull up here to Marsden Beach. I'm gonna see if one of the rock stacks has water hitting its base. If it does, champion. I'm gonna test out the filters there. If not, I'm gonna drive. In fact, now I'm gonna have a little walk along to Lizard Point rock stack, which will definitely be submerged partially, and test out the filters there as well. Just bumped into a photographer friend who I know off just one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and we've had a good laugh. He's cheered me right up today. We've had a little bit of a whine and a little bit of a moan. Well, that's what you need sometimes, isn't it? Those cliffs there. Right guys, so what I'm looking for here is how the waves hit the rocks here, and if you can see now, it almost looks like ripples as it pulls the wave back into the sea through the rocks. Now with the long exposure, that'll look pretty cool. Again, I'll show you here. As the tide comes in here, you'll see like lines of receding water. That look pretty cool. There we go. Can you see them? There we go. There they are. They look pretty cool on photographs, especially long exposures. So with lots wide, forgive the shape of the palette. Looks pretty cool though. It'll look pretty cool with that rock stack, I hope. Whoa, nice waves. Good job of roping me wellies. This is the K&F concept filter, 67mm for the Samyang 12mm, which I'm going to screw onto the front of the lens in order to take the exposure of lots wide. I've focused manually on the rock stack before I put the lens on, and I've adjusted my exposure accordingly, just so when I put this on, it isn't a total blackout, and it'll give me a better chance to focus. The camera on manual focus, manual control, on a single exposure with a 2-second delay. ISO is 1250, f-stop is 11. I'm going for a 6.5 second exposure. I'm pretty happy with how the picture's gone today. I'm absolutely soaking wet. Price of landscape photography. The filters are champion, really good. Easy to use, easy to screw on. Easy to find your focus and whatnot before you actually use the filter. So I've adjusted the exposure numerous times. I was up to about 1600 ISO at one point. Again, f11 thereabouts to give some overall sharpness across the image. Waves are mint. Yeah, it worked really well. I hope you like the photos. It was too wet yesterday for to go to the second location, just along the coast. So I came out at sunset. It was looking nice. Clouds have kind of blocked the setting sun a little bit, so I don't know if I'll get the light that I want. But I haven't been out today, so I thought I'm going to go out and see if I can get this shot, and hopefully the light plays ball. If not, well, it was just nice sort of have a little step outside and get a bit of fresh air. I've been tying up loads of loose ends today in the house, so I've just been putting off for ages, and I've got itchy feet for to get out with the camera for a walk. Quite close to home, so nice night. It's quite warm. It's a lot warmer than yesterday. I was soaking yesterday after that little jaunt down the beach. The images that I got yesterday, can't say I'm happy with. They're alright for the play around, but I can't say it actually gave us that good feeling that So I'm on a 6-second exposure with the filter on. It's a 58mm 10 stop filter on the front of the 1855 Fuji. Manual control, manual focus, f6, and ISO is at 1600. So there's some really nice waves happening at the minute. As usual with waves, you get a period of steadiness, which is like this, and then you get the peaks of the tide coming in, and that's the best time for to kind of set up your composition and whatnot. I'm getting some pretty good images at the moment with the 10 stop, nice and sharp. They're coming out really nicely lit. There's some okay colour in the sky, but not a lot that I expect to come out on the images. So again, at the moment it's on ISO 1600, manual control, f6 with the 1855 Fuji with the 10 stop filter, 2-second shutter delay. It is quite windy, so I'm kind of sheltering the tripod a little bit. There's nothing much happening, but here we can see some decent swells coming in. So this will be the time for to start taking images again. So the KNF concept filters that I've got for each of the lenses for the Fuji, I got them off Amazon, and it might be worth, if you are willing to check them out, is just have a look at them and see if they fit your camera or your lens even, and then give them a go. Like I say, I'm really impressed with them for what they cost. I'm starting to get to grips with them a little bit more. Long exposures aren't really my type of thing, other than astrophotography when you're doing your long exposures, but not during the day, if you get what I mean. It's been lush getting out to the coast today, just heading back, but Take care, guys. If you wouldn't mind liking the video, if you've got any questions, anything that you want to add, put a comment, subscribe if you can, and I'll see you in the next video.